you've seen the title of this video. Duck and Goose Calling 101. We're gonna be going over, and I know one of my earlier videos, I did a how to sandhill cranes. Anyway, one of my earlier videos was how to goose call for beginners. I'm doing it again because I feel like I know more now than what I did then. Plus I've got a little bit better call. More about this later. But yeah, we're gonna be going over honk, cluck, and moan. Simple stuff. And duck calling, we're going to be going over the quack, feed call, and the hail call, or highball, whatever you want to call it. So, this video isn't going to get edited because I lost my editing software. I really don't know, but, yeah, no edits, straight video. It's going to be kind of long. Okay, let's dig right into this. So, the goose calling tutorial. This is gonna be honk, cluck, and moan in a nutshell. You know, the honk, okay, let's start out with the cluck. I'm gonna be all over this video. So let's start off with the cluck. This is the cluck. Let me fix something real quick. My tone board. Okay, let's try that again. The cluck. So what you're gonna want to do is, the best way to exemplify this, that's a word now, exemplify, is you're gonna have the roof of your mouth, the roof of your mouth and your tongue. And your tongue is gonna be anchored behind your front teeth. Your bottom front teeth are gonna be right here. You're gonna wanna move, you're gonna wanna slide your tongue from the bottom of your mouth, like that, to the top, while anchoring your bottom teeth while anchoring your tongue behind your bottom teeth. So this is what it sounds like in the back of the call. I'm just blowing straight air. You can hear the air pressure just kind of go from lower to high, and I'm not blowing any different, it's just, you can see my jaw move. And if you wanna, you can put voice inflection into it. That's just gonna sound like. And then the front of the call. What I do to get a deeper sound, since this call is a short reed call, it's sorry about that. That was pretty disgusting. Since this is a short reed call, it's kind of high pitched, you know. Pretty high pitched, but some guys like that. I like taunt honkers, so what I do is I put my hand over it. That creates back pressure, so you get a deeper sound. Sounds a lot better to me. So just anchor your teeth behind anchor your mouth, anchor your tongue behind your bottom teeth, like that, and slide your tongue up pretty fast. Just blow air. You get the idea. So practice that, and then we'll go move on to the moan. So pause the video, do whatever. Okay. Cut. Now the moan. the moan is, you can do it kind of two different ways. The first way is when they're on the ground or on the water feeding, and sometimes they get kind of territorial, they'll do this. It's just a simple they'll kind of do that little oh if they're just foraging around and stuff. But that's basically all you're gonna do is say this into the call. Hud, 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 hud. That's literally all I'm doing. I'm not moving my tongue, just act like you're saying hud, 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 hud. So yeah, that's basically all you're gonna do is just hud, 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 hud. That's all you're gonna do. And if you want to do the, not the cluck, but all I'm doing, my tongue doesn't touch the roof of my mouth when I do that. It's basically just hoya, hoya. In the back of the call, it's when I do the halil thing, it's halil. It's awkward presenting it right here because you can't you can't see inside my mouth what I'm doing, but it's literally I'm moving my tongue forward. So practice that, and then we'll combine the two into the honk. So basically the honk is just a drawn out moan. Oh, and also the second moan is like if you after a cluck, it's like that's like, I don't know why they do that. I don't really think anybody knows that, but if you do, hit me up somewhere and tell me, because I really don't know. But all I'm doing is blowing into the call. Put those together, it'll sound pretty good. And then, okay, fast forward, now the honk. The honk is basically combining the first moan into your cluck. So it's going to sound a little bit something like this. This is what you hear most of the time if they fly over or they're sitting on the water, And the two pitches is I'm just going from that to that. So basically, you got your moan, and then put the cluck into it, anchor your teeth, anchor your tongue behind your bottom teeth, slide your tongue forward. So you'll go from, this is what it sounds like in the back of the call. It's pretty simple, just so that's kind of it for goose calling. And if you want to combine those, I'm not very good at it. I'm still actually practicing, but I'll give it the best I can. Make fun of me all you want, but I'm trying here. So combine those. I didn't do any double clucks. And if you want to hear what a double cluck is, it's basically so if you want to do that, it's a little bit more complicated. I'll do another video on that because I'm kind of running out of time here. But practice all those, rewind the video. It's pretty simple. Get the hang of it. That's basically all you need to kill a goose. But now on to duck calling. This is my Echo Trash Talker. Oh, and this one, I said I'd go over it. This is a power calls frequency. It's actually really, really expensive. I found this when I was fishing. So, don't say it's all daddy's money, because it's not. It's just actually really surprising that somebody dropped this. So, yeah. But the duck calling is, there's geese. Now they're gone. Anyway, duck calling. Sorry about that. But duck calling, we're gonna go over the quack, quack, feed call, and the hail call. Okay, the quack is basically you're gonna say, hold on. You're gonna say lat, I don't know, at. You're gonna say at into the call, like at, and while you're doing that, put a little bit of voice inflection into it, so in the back of the call it's gonna sound. And flare your hand out when you do that, so you get a little bit more of the, instead of the, which that still kind of sounds like a duck, but I like to do the hand thing. You can do it high pitched, low pitched, low pitch, you know. So basically say, or hat works, hat. So get that down. See, duck calling is a lot simpler than goose calling because you're not doing really anything with your tongues, just basically sounds that you make. Like there's tat if you want, like, okay, now the feed call. There's two different styles of feed call, and one of them is really people mistake for. See, a lot of people, they think the feed call is like, but they don't really, it's not a machine gunning feed call. It's more broken up. Like if you got a lot of ducks feeding, it's like, it's not very, you know, that's for competition calling. I don't really dabble in that, but basically what I do if I'm feed calling, if I've got like a couple, you know, hens in my spread, I'll go you know, I don't really do the, which you can do if you've got like a lot, if you've got like 2 dozen decoys and you've got ducks feeding everywhere, you know. And what I do, at how I say that, now this is it in the back of the call. I'm basically just saying, or just. My call is sticking. But practice that. You're gonna sound a little slow at first. I was, believe me. I really could only do that, and then I just slowly progressed into. Would a mallard call work as a crow call? You don't care. Yeah, practice that. And if you want to add a little bit of quack into it, see, with my call, it's sticking. It means the reeds stick together. I'm getting ambushed by sandhills. Anyway, practice that. You'll get pretty good at. Not that part. That's just fun. So, and then the hail call. The hail call is going to sound a little bit something like this. And that, basically, you're just saying tat, 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 tat. Or hot, if you want to say hot. Now, how I do it is I put a little bit of a in front of it. I'm not just saying, I'm not putting all voice inflection. It's just a little bit in front of it. And then it goes off to just air. If it was all voice inflection, it'd sound like, I really can't do it. It doesn't cope with me, I should say. But just say hot, 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 slowly going down in pitch. And then the Cajun Squeal, all you do is you're not fully closing off the note, like it's slowly how do I say this? Your tongue is pinching off the air, kind of like the goose call. So it's going to sound like, uh-oh. Mine used to whistle like it. But I don't have another mallard call on me, but it'd sound like eesh, 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 eesh. And basically it's all you say into the call is but you can hear how the note isn't fully closing off yet, and that's how you get that squeal, essentially the Cajun Squeal. I don't know why the Cajun part, but you know, ask the duck industry that. But and then that's basically it. So practice all of those: goose, duck. Practice all those, you know, your cluck, moan. practice all of those. I personally think it's pretty fun to call. I like it. It's actually a lot of fun once you get a lot of hang of it. Yeah, once you get a lot of hang of it. I don't know. I'm not doing any train notes, no double clucks. You might have heard a double cluck once, but that's... If you want me to do an advanced goose and duck calling video, like all the different notes and stuff, like the comeback call for duck, that's really all of it for duck. But, you know, double clucks, train notes for goose. What else? Triple clucks, if I can learn that. Triple cluck is a double cluck, but a triple cluck. You're going... I can't even do it. A spit cluck. Call is sticking. And another tip for goose calling is don't rely on back pressure. So, excuse me. But don't rely on back pressure to get your notes down. You know, you should be able to... With back pressure, it just makes it a little bit easier to snap the reed over. And what I mean by that is when you do your cluck, you know, what the reed is doing when it gets that higher pitch, it snaps. The reed does that. It breaks over. That's, you hear guys say, oh, the reed's breaking over. That's that reed breaking over into the higher pitch. So that's how you get that. And since this is a short reed goose call, see the call, when you put it in, this is the barrel and this is the insert. When you put it in, it stops about right there. Other way. Right there. So that's how fast your air goes to the reed. And essentially that makes it really responsive. That way it's easier to blow. You're not getting a longer response. And you can't notice it when you call, but it honestly is a slight difference. I didn't mean to do that. It's easier to break over the reed if you've got a shorter call, but they're also a little bit harder to learn on. That makes no sense, but it's noticeable. I mean, so yeah, that's with duck calling too. Like, you notice, like, I'll just barely put my insert in, like that's not even fully on there. I mean, you can hear it, but once I scoot it in more, you'll hear it a lot faster. I can go all the way back here, and that reed will snap, or not snap, but so, and with this, once you put it in there hard, it doesn't like to come out. Shut up. And if you want to get a deeper tone with your duck and goose call, put your hand as far on the end of it as possible. That way you get more of a hollow sound. Now compare that to this. Also with the feed call, if it's one duck, it's not gonna sound like you know, all them fancy notes. It's literally all of this. That's basically all they do. And if they see a duck coming in, you know, they'll hit them with a something like that. Yeah, practice all of those. I've got to fix the reed in this call because I honestly don't know what's wrong with it. It's hard to break over. It's hard to break over, and it just doesn't sound right. It's really hard to blow, too, for some reason. It doesn't sound right. So this call will probably be taken off my lanyard just because I really don't know what to do with it. You can get reeds for them, but the band's missing off of this one. I literally put a goose band around it just to, you know, whatever. But I think this will be my main call. Oh, I didn't mention that too. If you want to get a different sounding goose, like if you want to do two geese at once, back pressure. Cup your hand on it. Ready? I'm gonna slowly open my hand up, and it's gonna slowly sound like different geese. You know, try that. Oh, and then a mallard drake. You get yourself a whistle. It's a 6-in-1. Mine's a Buck Gardner, but the original is a Duck Commander. It's the same thing. Different prices, I guess. duck commander is going to be a little bit more expensive. They retail for like, some places it's $12, some places it's like $4.50. It just depends on how it's doing and how many people are buying them and where you get it from. But a mallard drake with this whistle, all you're going to do is cup your hand over it, kind of like you would your duck call, and just say, oot, 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 and kind of flare your hand a little bit. That's basically all he does. Is if he's kind of gets scared, he'll. But that's the more natural sound. Some guys, what they do is they stick their finger in the end of it, just barely stick their finger in the end of it, and they'll. I can do that with my mouth almost when I whistle. Kind of sounds like a goose. So, yeah, that's kind of basically it for this video. I haven't uploaded in a while. Clearly, obviously. It's getting cold. Yeah, practice all those. They'll get pretty simple once you get the hang of them, you know. And then practice all those. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but you know, I'm no teacher and I don't wish to be, so. What if I used it as a duck call? I can make it sound like a sandhill almost. Oh, and if you want to do diver ducks with your mallard call, just roll your tongue very fast. Like, diver duck kind of sounds like this. Mine's locking up. Get all the spit out of it. Okay. So diver duck's pretty simple, just into the call. Kind of cup your hand over it. So yeah, practice all those, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna hang out here because I'm kind of scouting for ducks right now, where wood duck would be, because this is a pretty flooded area. Likes to flood, so wood ducks come in here. Sorry about that. But yeah, have a good night, day, morning, whatever time it is for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.